off by saying congratulations on this brand new EP. It's a great EP, and we've been playing some of the singles off it on our show, and a lot of people are wanting to hear more, so congratulations.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So guys, seeing this is the first time that a lot of people in Australia here are discovering you guys, I was wondering if we could start off by talking a little bit about how the band formed, a little bit about that history of the band.
So the first iteration of this band, I guess you could say, was something that I'm Adam, Drew, and James, the guitarist, did in college. That broke up, and then I went and joined another band, Honeystone, with Dave. And then after we left that band, we started jamming together. I got Drew and James in on it, and then Levi works with me. So we pulled him in for rhythm guitar, and now here we are, Indoorsmen.
So tell us a little bit about the scene there. Of course, here in Australia, we hear a lot about the New York scene. We hear a lot about the LA scene. Tell us a little bit about the Chicago scene.
The Chicago. I feel like there are just so many bands in Chicago. It really is a breeding ground for a lot of different styles of music. With the history. With blues music here, you get a lot of that, but then there's also a good hardcore scene, and you see a lot of bands coming out in that genre, and of course indie artists and rappers as well. You feel like every few months you're hearing about some new band out of Chicago that is breaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much of a scene at the moment, but we're hoping to be part of the new scene once it starts re-emerging.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. How tough has the last 12 months been for you guys and the scene? Because, of course, here in Melbourne, we were in lockdown for 8 months, was the longest lockdown that we had. How has your scene gone through that lockdown, and where are you guys at now?
It still hasn't recovered. You're looking largely at, streaming shows. There are a few big venues opening up to do spaced out shows, but for the most part, independent bands are struggling to find venues. So it's largely online marketing and online streaming at this point.
Yeah. So you guys actually recording this EP during the pandemic, or was all of this recorded beforehand?
No, it was all done during the pandemic. This is Dave. When Adam and I started jamming together, the intention was just to record some songs that we never got to really play with Honeystone, our previous band. As Adam started bringing more people in, we realized there was kind of a lot we could do, and since we couldn't play shows, we decided, recording and just trying to really make some good songs was the best route to use this time that we were forced inside.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the songwriting process for you guys. How does that work?
So usually James, one of our guitarists, will come up with a riff or something. And it's not always just James, but it does wind up being him a lot because he's got the most riffs.
Riffman J, we call him.
Yeah. We just build around whatever he's got going. I mean, we all write songs and, we all have a hand in writing the lyrics to some degree. So it's pretty collaborative for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
the first EP is sort of a combination of the old band that Adam was referring to earlier and some of my songs, but I feel like the stuff we've been working on more lately has been really a bigger group effort, so we're definitely really excited about getting back in the studio and recording this newer stuff because we feel like it's a truer representation of the band.
Yeah. The themes on this EP are pretty deep. There's a lot of themes there about people asking questions and also eternal conflicts. Tell us a little bit about some of those themes that you wanted to explore on the EP.
Well, I mean, a lot of the song, it's about 50-50 for me and Dave writing the stuff on the first EP, but this is Drew. A lot of My stuff is pretty autobiographical with, some embellishment thrown in, but yeah, it definitely deals a lot with cognitive dissonance and like addiction and toxic relationships and all that good stuff that I was into, 5 years ago when I wrote all those songs.
So
yeah, I would say, a lot of introspective thinking as well for me, and then, I think also just being somebody that watches a lot of news and digests news content, I tend to try to write some things that are kind of reflecting the world a little bit and, shining light on that a little.
yeah. So do you all find songwriting pretty cathartic? Like, is it a way to let out all of those emotions that you're bottling up inside?
For me, it definitely is. Like, if you listen to, like, Get Through or something from the EP, that song's just about, like, dealing with, like, the death of a loved one, basically. So, like, I kind of write those songs to kind of, like, go, kind of work through that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's definitely a big part of it for me, at least.
Yeah. So also tell us a little bit about the band's sound, because we've been having some debates here at the station about your sound. It's very punkish, but there's also like some hints of metal in there as well. So how do you guys describe your sound?
Just like that.
Post-punk alternative rock.
Sucking it down like a dance metal.
It's weird.
It's pretty good.
It's weird because all of us listen to very different. Like, if you took us all and passed an aux around, half the time we would dislike the things that the other people put on. So we take all these likes and dislikes and we make music that we can all agree on that we like. So, I mean, it's really a mashup, if you will, of a whole bunch of different styles.
Awesome.
To please everyone's different tastes.
Yeah, we want approval and validation, that's all we want.
Now, guys, I also noticed that the EP is called Cleaning House Part 1. Does that mean that we can expect a Part 2 from you guys very, very soon?
Very, very soon. Couple months.
May or June we'll be releasing the second half of this batch of songs.
We got a couple more singles coming out before that in just a few weeks here.
Yeah,
We'll get it out as soon as possible.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have got planned for the rest of the year, because you've got 2 EPs coming out. Is it looking likely that you guys might be able to do shows later this year, or where do you think we're at with all of that?
There's potential that shows are going to start opening up, but I think our plan is to keep making recorded music until it's like more, concrete that shows are happening and people are going to them. We think our time is better spent in recording more albums to release.
And we have like 40 new songs that we're working on.
That's a slight overestimate.
Pretty close. At least a dozen, for sure. At least a solid dozen.
Somewhere between 12 to 14.
I was actually going to ask that. We've had bands here in Australia who have come out of lockdown with enough music for 3 albums, some of them. Is that what you guys have found as well, that during the lockdown you've just been able to work on more and more music?
Yeah. Nothing else to do, so.
Yeah, we just get together like twice a week, and we've been doing that almost every week for the last year. So since we're not practicing sets for shows, it just allows creativity and exploring of new things, because you want to just try whatever riffs or song ideas that you come across.
There's not a lot of actual practicing anymore. It's a lot of just the creative process.
Yeah.
We're not really drilling songs for shows.
Yeah, we're just making new songs.
Awesome. Well, guys, we cannot wait to hear some new music from you guys, but for now I think it's time to take another listen to Be Like This on our show. So is there anything you would like to say to the Aussie listeners out there before they take a listen to the track, and before, more importantly, they go out and grab a copy of Cleaning House Part 1?
Oh man, we appreciate you guys so much, and just think it was so much fun to do this interview. So
yeah, Dave, thanks so much for having us, and everybody go follow us on Spotify. You can find the whole EP there, and that's the best way to get notifications about when we have new songs coming out. A couple singles coming at the end of the month.
Awesome. Oh, I know a lot of our listeners are going to follow you guys on Spotify, so thank you so much for chatting to us today, and hopefully we get to chat to you guys a little bit later on when part 2 comes out as well.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
Awesome.
Again,
All right, I'll let you go, guys. Have a good practice tonight, and we'll talk soon.
Later on, man.
All right.
Take care, man.
See you later. Bye.